It is theoretically possible for a currency to go to zero, but it is highly unlikely. A currency is essentially a medium of exchange that is used to facilitate trade and commerce. The value of a currency is determined by a variety of factors, including the strength of the issuing country's economy, political stability, and the level of confidence that people have in the currency. In general, the more stable and reliable a currency is, the more likely it is to retain its value. Conversely, a currency that is perceived as unstable or unreliable is less likely to hold its value. There are a few scenarios in which a currency could potentially lose all of its value. For example, if a country were to experience hyperinflation, or extremely high and accelerating inflation, it could lead to a rapid decline in the value of its currency. Hyperinflation is typically caused by a significant increase in the money supply, combined with a decrease in the supply of goods and services. Another scenario in which a currency could potentially go to zero is if the issuing country were to experience a complete economic collapse. This could occur if the country were to suffer a major economic downturn, such as a recession or depression, that resulted in a significant loss of confidence in the currency. It is worth noting that there are very few examples of a currency going to zero in modern times. One notable example is the German hyperinflation of the 1920s, when the value of the German mark plummeted due to a massive increase in the money supply and a decrease in the supply of goods and services. However, even in this extreme example, the currency eventually stabilized and regained some of its value. It is highly unlikely that the US dollar, USD, could go to zero. The USD is the world's dominant reserve currency and is used in international trade and finance. It is also the currency of the world's largest economy, the United States. The value of a currency is determined by a variety of factors, including the strength of the issuing country's economy, political stability, and the level of confidence that people have in the currency. The USD has a long history of being a stable and reliable currency, and it is backed by the full faith and credit of the US government. While the value of the USD may fluctuate against other currencies, it is unlikely to lose all of its value. There are a few scenarios in which the USD could potentially lose value, such as if the US were to experience hyperinflation or if the country were to experience a significant economic downturn. However, both of these scenarios are highly unlikely. Hyperinflation, or extremely high and accelerating inflation, is typically caused by a significant increase in the money supply, combined with a decrease in the supply of goods and services. This can lead to a rapid decline in the value of a currency. While the US has experienced periods of high inflation in the past, the Federal Reserve, the central bank of the United States, has a number of tools at its disposal to manage inflation and prevent it from getting out of control. As for a significant economic downturn, the US economy is highly diversified and has a long track record of resilience. While there may be ups and downs, it is unlikely that the US would experience a complete economic collapse. In conclusion, while it is theoretically possible for a currency to go to zero, it is highly unlikely due to the various factors that contribute to the stability and reliability of a currency.